All right, where's Joe?
Can you hear
We
me?
are live, guys. I can hear you.
I'm having some issues here. Give me just a
You're
second.
having some issues. I see what is, I think you.
I'm leaving and coming back. I'll be right back. Hold on.
All right, see you. All right, Dave. So it's Tuesday night. We've got a pretty cool little show put together. Couple guests from South Florida, and what can you say about Fast Break and Chase and Justin? Let's talk about them real quick.
Well, first and foremost, Fast Break, one-stop shop, everything there. You drive over in the morning, you pull your boat up, fuel it up, ice it up, get your drinks, get a little snacks, go next door, pick up whatever baits, lures you need to go take fishing that day. I mean, it is literally a one-stop shop. Justin works out of there. He's a guide out of there. They carry all the live bait and everything like that. It's, he's in and out of there. Excellent Okeechobee guide. I know Chase has quite a few guys on the roster that work out of there, and he's been very successful. I mean, he's well known in the fishing community.
Nice.
North Florida, South Florida, doesn't matter where.
Yeah, no, he's got a pretty impressive trophy case, you could call it.
Yeah.
I think he's got some of the trophies posted up behind him tonight, so we can take a look.
Justin's one of those kids, man. He likes to show off a little bit. He's damn good stick. He's a real good stick. Good friend of mine, Reaper Rods pro staffer. He's been with me for, I want to say 3 years now. Bass Assassin pro as well, and very, very good stick. Tournament angler. Matter of fact, just won last weekend. Nice $5,000 check.
$5K for one.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That is insane.
Yeah. Kind of glad they backed out on me, so I didn't have to hear that.
Well, I think we can go ahead and bring them in because I'm curious to hear about Fast Break, what they've got going on down there, and let's go ahead and get these guys situated. Move them up where you're at, Dave.
Dynamic.
Chase.
What's going on?
Justin, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
How's it going?
It is going. So, I think what everyone would like to know is what is Fast Break Bait and Tackle? Where is it? And what are you guys known for?
So Fast Break Bait and Tackle is located in the city of Okeechobee, which is on the north end of the lake. And we're just a couple miles north of the Kissimmee River, where Scott Driver and Okeechobee are the most popular boat ramps. Like Dave said earlier, we're the one-stop shop. We have everything from a full-line convenience store through the pan fishing, bass fishing, the live baits, the artificials, the guides. We pretty much have anything you're looking for, even anything lake-related. From duck hunting to alligator hunting. It doesn't matter. We have it covered.
That's pretty cool.
That's super awesome.
That's an impressive.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's about 6,000 square foot, and we cram as much product in there as we can. Last time I counted, we had over 1,500 just rods in the store.
Oh,
that was just rods.
That's insane. That's
golly.
Yeah, it's literally your one stop. You pull up if you need something at the end of the day.
They got it.
Day, or you figure something out, or you forget something at home on your way in the morning. That's definitely a spot to stop to get what you need.
And was that the thought process behind Fast Break, to be the one-stop shop, literally the one-stop shop? Like, where else why else would you go anywhere else? Or how did y'all get to this magnitude of stuff?
That's a great point. So my father and grandfather opened the store in '93, and they really just catered a little bit to the bass and a little bit to the crappie, and mainly convenience store. And then when I stepped in 2010, me and my brother, we were like, we need to get bigger in the fishing industry. So we went ahead and put an addition in, and within 2 years, I went back and did another addition. We added 3,600 square foot in a matter of 3 years because the demand for fishing was there. And so basically in 2010, that started to evolve. And, just a few years ago, we finished everything. And now we have, one of the largest tackle shops that is combined completely with a convenience store. So you don't have to make 2 stops in the morning.
Right. That's awesome.
That's pretty impressive.
So the thought process wasn't there in the beginning, but it came. Like it just had to build. It had to come to me as I reacted to the customers.
Gotcha. Supply and demand.
Right.
Supply and demand. And you're in a really good spot, like you said, between those 2 ramps. So, I mean, you're right there in the money, bud. Now I see a check back there, Justin. I see a check dated May 1st, 2021.
Yep.
What happened? Tell us what happened. What went down?
What happened?
We caught some big ones.
A cat picture and a snowman. I need a $5,000 check, man. What happened? How did you do it, bud?
Man, just every day you go out on the water is a little bit different. We fished pretty hard throughout the day. I think we caught. I fished with another pretty good stick down here. His name's Kyle Monty. But we started off kind of slow. I think we caught like 6 or 7 fish in the morning. I caught one good 5-pounder on a popping frog, and we ran around a little bit, and then about 2 hours before weigh-in, I picked up a rattle trap and caught one big one, and then I picked up Bass Assassin RSP and caught another one. So it's just kind of all over the lake, just fishing, just flying by the seat of your pants, and just hoping to catch a couple of big ones and win. So
just trying to make those adjustments throughout the day. And that's a big lake.
Yeah.
It can be tough to figure out, man.
Dude, it's ever changing, man. One week, you're on one end of the lake. The next week, you're totally different. You're constantly changing and looking, and it's one of those places, if you don't stay on top of it, you can get behind real quick. So.
Absolutely. Do you have any tips or anything for anybody that may be wanting to venture out there? We get the snowbirds that come down and they want to. Everybody wants to fish Okeechobee, So of course they need to go and stop by Fast Break before they hit the lake. But when they stop into Fast Break, what do they need to pick up? What's in Justin Morgan's tackle box that
Spro frog.
Lots of spro frogs.
These come to the counter every day. Justin comes in the store.
Lots of spro frogs. I throw a lot of Bass Assassin. If I'm going flipping, I'm flipping a skunk ape. They got a little baby skunk ape. They call it a little skunk, and for flipping mats and stuff, that's a great bait. Speed worms, that new RSP worm is a great bait. They got a color, it's called Chico's Red Ear, and it's on fire down here. Popping frogs, flipping jigs. I mean, you can't go wrong fishing the grass, especially first thing in the morning. We get a shad spawn about this time of the year that starts to kick off, and you can catch them, dye dappers, you can catch them on swim jigs, spinner baits. I mean, for the first hour in the morning. So if, like you were saying, a northerner coming down the fish Lake Okeechobee this time of year, I would tell them go out to the Kissimmee grass on the outside edge, look for some schooling fish, some shad, and throw something white, and just reel it over top of the grass, and you'll have a good morning.
Nice.
Yeah,
those dye dappers do really nice on top of the grass, man. One of my favorite techniques for sure. Nothing like a giant coming out that grass for sure.
Oh man.
So let's talk a minute about that tournament trail. What tournament trail did you fish last weekend, bud?
Fast Break Team Series.
Okay.
So,
and how long have you had that running for?
We've been running for 4 or 5 years, and it's simply a tournament that I put on for most of the guys that live in Florida, because once our northerners go home, things start to slow down around here, and we're looking for things to do. So we try to put on tournaments late spring, early summer, and I've got away from putting the tournaments on later in the summer just because the heat stresses the fish out too much. So we're just running a couple tournaments a year. Right now, we just ran one, like I said, May 1st, y'all said, and he won. And then we're going to have another one on June 5th, and that is a $200 entry with a $50 big fish pot. The big fish paid out $2,300 or $2,340.
No.
So that's nice to have that kind of payout for a big fish. You don't see that around here.
Yeah.
Good payout.
Dustin was being modest on this date right here, by the way.
Yeah. He's been real modest because I just put that order in for you. So I know the quantities that are moving out of your shop, buddy.
I have none on the shelf again.
Really? Right.
0.
I will get with you tomorrow.
Yes.
Noted.
I looked today and they were all gone. I was like, that is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sold probably 60 bags in the last 14 days just of that one color.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Well, the Chico's right here.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What do you think attributes the bite on that color specifically?
Honestly, I think, this time of year, we got a lot of fish that are going post spawn. You still have a few that are up shallow spawning. But whenever they get done spawning, a lot of times the bluegill, shellcracker, all our sunfish and stuff, they come up shallow and they spawn about where the bass are if the water stays up. And this year the water's up, so that bait right there really resembles that type of bait that they're keying in on. And when you swim it around, you're hitting those bluegill beds, and I think that's why them fish are eating that bait the best. So
especially when you're around the clean water.
Yeah.
You get around the dirty water, you just grab the same bait, but go to a June bug or a black blue tail, and you probably get the same kind of result.
Right.
So when you're throwing that around, Justin, what do you look for to throw that RSB around?
I look for down here we got a lot of eelgrass right now, and a little bit of hydrilla coming up, and some dollar pads and stuff. I'm looking for kind of sparse vegetation. I don't want it super thick, but I want just little patches of grass on the bottom. Gets thick in some places, but I'm really keying in on just swimming that through that, and swimming around, especially when they're actually spawning. You can actually swim it by isolated reed clumps. You'll swim it up to it, drop it, and a lot of times if there's fish sitting on that bed, she'll eat that.
What depth range? I mean, obviously you focus on trying to find clean water, but what depth range are you swimming that around in when you're up there on that ground?
Anywhere from 1 to 3.5 foot of water. I've swam in as deep as 4 foot of water if it's clean. The water's got to be a little cleaner. But anywhere between that 5 and 1 foot range, that's killer bait.
Yeah.
And you're rigging with a belly weighted, or are you rigging a Texas rig?
Texas rig. I rig a Texas rig with a flat out tungsten Gamakatsu 4/0 hook. I actually use a heavy cover flipping hook when I'm swimming that. I feel like my hookup ratio is better. I know a lot of guys, everybody has their own way. But that's how I rig it up, and I also rig it weedless. You can fix it, you can fish that thing just like a die-dapper or, a Big Easy. You can run it up on top, weightless, and it actually works really good as a top water bait as well.
And one of the things I've been doing lately with it also is taking and pinching the tail off. Makes a perfect 6-inch Senko as well. If you're pitching around, if you find that color is working really well. Pick it up, put it on your flipping stick, and pitch it around with a light weight. So,
yeah, I do the same thing, Dave. I just pinch that little tail off, dude, or that tail gets torn or whatever the case may be, or hung up on a buggy whip or something, and you got yourself a nice Senko too. So just recycle them.
Yeah, the bait's the perfect body size. I mean, Robin from Bass Assassin really did a good job designing that bait, and I'm really happy with it down here.
Yeah, very versatile. I got a pack, and I ran through it in one tournament, and I wish I had more, dude. That's all I was catching them on, the plum apple color on Istapoga, Dave.
Yeah.
And Dave who even keyed me in to throw it that day, and I did.
Yeah.
Thank God I did.
Yeah, won the tournament earlier this year on that color, 23 pounds over there. Had big fish for the tournament, and I mean, it did the job. It's a very versatile bait I found, and I've been hearing a lot of the guys fishing tree piles and ledges and shell beds a little deeper and stuff like that with it as of late. And so yeah, it's definitely a great bait, and you can go find him there at Fast Break. He has plenty of stock and inventory on it. And Chase, I've got a question for you. Do you have anything new coming into the shop over the past few weeks, or some stuff coming in here in the next couple weeks?
Well, yeah, we're always getting new stuff in. So two of the biggest things that we've got in lately, new for us, is we went ahead and expanded our Daiwa reels and rods. We got big into that. We've always carried the Shimano and the Luz, but with Daiwa being so big across the United States, we decided we would go ahead and do that. And another thing for the ladies out there, we have a section that my wife put together called Backlash by Fast Break, and it has all sorts of apparel and goods for women because they come here with their husbands and their husbands are out fishing. They need something to do in the middle of the day. So that's been very successful for us.
That's awesome.
I did want to hit up on when Justin was talking about throwing the Bass Assassin speed worm by the clumps. What I like to do is if you find 4 or 5 isolated buggy whips or bulrush sticking up, I like to use like a 3/16 and throw it 10 or 12 feet past it, let it hit and slow roll it to where it bumps the bottom of them reeds and those spawning fish will react to it. Just to let some of the people know more explanation of how he was catching them when you do that. That and then back on North Shore, back when that scattered grass, I used to throw it on fluorocarbon and slow roll it right across the bottom. I mean, just creep it just as slow as you can when the bite was tough or when there was 50 or 60 boats in your area, just to change it up.
That's
something different.
these days, it seems like.
Yeah.
Just to give them some hints on how to catch them when things aren't going the way they want them to.
That's a great tip on that. That's a very great tip.
Yeah, that freaking worm is so versatile. That's literally all you need. You got a top water. You got something you could drag on the bottom and the popping frog. Everybody's got to have a popping frog.
I've firsthand have seen that thing. Yeah, some destruction on it personally.
That catches biggins, man.
Oh, that guy put a clinic on. They just weren't eating it that day. Well, man, there was physically laid eyes on 2 fish over 10. Physically laid eyes on 2 fish over 10, including one that followed it to the boat, swiping at it about 3 times. So it's impressive.
Yeah. I've caught some big fish on that frog, man. I got it tied on always, man. I went up to Chickamauga a couple weeks ago. It was 35 degrees in the morning. I still had it on the deck. So that tells you how much success I've had with it.
Yeah. Hey, look, when you have a reaper rod named after it, man, Kermit.
hey, old Kirby, man. That's so first time me and David ever, he brings me over this rod and it's green. It's called Kermit. And first fish I ever put on it was a 9-pounder, and he was in the boat with me.
Yep.
And ever since then, we call it the lucky rod. I gotta have Kermit with me all time.
It's called some big fish, and it's funny because it's like,
Jesus.
I mean, first fish out of the gate. I mean, you heard the epoxy on the guides, because it hasn't been stretched out yet.
Right.
So you heard the epoxy on the guides popping and stuff, breaking in. First fish over 9 pounds on it, man. It was like he never put it down. He never put it down. He looked at me and was going with a lot of money with this rod, and he had.
Did he catch all the big fish that day, Dave?
Oh yeah.
Last year, me and him went fishing, and we had a great afternoon. I was catching 3, 4s, and 5s. I mean, like every third cast. This guy's pulling in 7 to 9 pounders, and we're fishing the same boat on the same thing.
Yeah, so it ain't the same. Yeah. Okay, so it ain't me then, because
no, it's not you. It's him.
Okay. Yeah. But hey, look, I did give him a 1-up though. I did have to school the kid and teach him a little trick that I had learned. And it's something that I know he put to use last weekend, and it's something that I know he's put to use over the last few months since I showed him. He was gracious enough to sit me down on one of his pet piles and had to teach him how to use one of those taps. So
yeah, hey, that tap out's a great bait too, man. Hey, it's right up there.
Never leave home without it.
No, I mean you can pitch with it. You can fish deep with it. Brush piles, ledges, shallow. I mean that bait covers it all. It's one bait that I have tied on almost all the time. So
wow. I want to stir the pot a little bit because I know Chase. Chase doesn't know much about it, and Justin's been talking a lot about it to me. You guys have a little like sibling rivalry thing going on every year. One person running their mouth about how better of a fisherman, and then all of a sudden wagers are put down. And what's going on with this little thing between you two, man? I need to know with both of you up front. Now, because there ain't no, well, he said and he said. Now, you both
Dude.
sitting there.
Are we talking about side pot?
Is side pot or?
Yeah,
Oh,
we're talking about that money on the line.
Talking about the side pot?
Yeah, I'm talking about that money on the line. How Justin
Well,
last
year, me and my partner had a pretty strong run. So I started a side pot and it backfired, okay? I think I'm sitting in 60th right now, and this guy's sitting in last. So we got a lot of ground to cover up. I think there's about 12 guys in our side pot ahead of us, and that was not the plan.
Yeah.
The plan was for us to win the side pot.
I heard the excuse for the Bartow because Rollins was going on, and hey, look, I can't fish Bartow. I've got to beat Chase. I've got to beat Chase. I beat Chase. I got to beat Chase.
Hey.
Well, thank God he lost his motor that day, or else he'd be ahead of me.
Yeah, my compressor went out in the Rollins a couple weekends or 2 weekends ago. But shoot, man.
Yeah, but Steve at Lakeshore had you back up and running by Monday afternoon, and that was Saturday when we broke down.
So I broke down on Saturday. My compressor went out, and Monday about midday, I had my boat back to me from Lakeshore Marine. Steve Brantley there at Lakeshore Marine. He got me back and running. I mean, they're not open on Sunday. I dropped my boat off Monday morning. He turns it around real fast and got me back out of the water. So I was able to fish Fast Breaks tournament this weekend. You know, without him, I wouldn't be sitting here with this check from last weekend. So I want to throw a big shout out to him.
Yeah,
well,
and thank you, because I got my boat back because I had to loan him mine to be the guy on Sunday and Monday. So
yeah.
Now, it wasn't too long ago where I remember there was a Phoenix running around.
Absolutely, I borrowed his boat one day.
Yeah,
there was a guy.
You got to give a little, take a little. Yeah. And we look after each other. We might bet on the side, but when it comes into the day, we're on each other's side.
That's a fact.
There you go.
Good.
No, that's awesome.
Dude, congrats on the win, man. That's epic. How many boats turned out for that tournament this Saturday?
So we were a little short of what we usually have. We had 63, but I was missing several boats that fished on the ABA in the Central Division that usually fish with us. And then I had several guys that were up on Seminole practicing. I know there was about 15 or 16 guys that pretty much fished every tournament I have that did not come. We should be 85 or 90 on June 5th.
Yep.
June 5th. Okay, cool. June 5th. Dave, what are you doing June 5th?
I'm going to be fishing it. My partner's going to bail out on me again.
You better find a backup plan.
Well, I got contingencies now after this one, so that's a fact. That is a fact.
Oh, man.
No, I had the same problem. I had a couple of buddies of mine up there at Seminole, and DJ had to roll out. He had a family emergency pop up, so he rolled out Thursday morning. But if I'd have known, there was another partner of mine that his partners bailed out on him, and he so happened to win the tournament, and I never knew he was looking for a partner to fish it. So I'm just going to keep throwing that jab out there.
That's tough. Can't let him have the spotlight, can you?
No, because I've got this frog beat down in 3 weeks over at Kissimmee that I'm supposed to be getting. So we'll see. I told him
when I found out his partner backed out, I was wishing it wasn't my tournament because I would have joined him in a heartbeat.
Oh my God, yes. Are you kidding me?
Your odds go up pretty quick because there ain't only check sitting here. There's one on the desk for 10. There's one for 25. That one says 6, and there's a bunch of them over here in the low thousands.
Yeah.
He's done very well on Lake Okeechobee in the last few years.
Yep. And if you guys, hey, look, you guys want a good fishing guide, go down to see Chase at Fast Break. He'll get you in touch with Justin. He'll get you out there. Artificial shiners. Justin, one thing with Justin, I do know with his customers, he will teach you how to fish. He's not that guy that you put the rod in your hand and says, hit the water. He will break everything down for you. He'll put the lures on that are going to catch you fish and teach you how to use them.
Yeah. Sounds like I need to go with him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
hey, you're more than welcome to come on down. I'll take you fishing, man.
You definitely do.
We'll split the cost and get you out there, Andrew. I mean,
deal. I'm in.
I can tell you last time I went with him, it was right at 30 pounds on 5 best. It was It was a great afternoon. Although only one of those were probably mine. But I caught plenty.
I wasn't on a guide trip. I got to run the show that day. But
Justin, do you have any memorable guide moments from all the guides you've done? I mean, I'm sure one.
Oh man, there's a bunch of them. I think the most memorable one was the best one I've ever had was probably this year. I booked a trip through Fast Break. It was these guys come down from Minnesota, and I've been catching some really good fish. And we went out that morning, first time on Lake Okeechobee. First fish, we were shiner fishing. First fish was a 9.06 pound bass. And I had them it was a split day. I had them 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours in the afternoon. And we caught 48 fish that morning in 4 hours. And I think the majority of them were between 4 and 6 pounds. And we went back out that afternoon, and the kid come up to me, and he was all pumped up. He's like, "You think I'll catch one bigger than 9?" And I was like, "Man," I've been fishing this lake a long time, and I don't know, man. I'm not saying it's not possible because any cast out here could be a 9 or 10 pounder. But we went back out again, and they caught 42 in the afternoon, and the last fish of the day was a 10.93.
Oh,
and I don't think I've ever been so close to my guide party because we were high-fiving and hugging. And I mean, you know what I mean? It was one of those days where it was just insane. And honestly, as far as big fish and quantity of fish, probably the best fishing day I've ever had on the lake. So just to be able to experience that with them as well, I've been guiding for 4 years and fishing this lake since I was a little kid. And to be honest with you, that was probably the best day of fishing I've ever witnessed. So pretty awesome.
You definitely were on some big fish that month. I had hooked you up with a buddy of mine as well that he couldn't, he wasn't catching hardly. I mean, he caught fish, but he wasn't catching quality fish. And he's a very avid angler. He's a tournament angler, red fisherman from Louisiana.
Oh, yeah.
Chadbo, he said he had an absolute blast with you and catching them on the frog and the RSB and things that day.
Yeah.
We were on some quality fish that month. Definitely.
Yeah, the fishing's been good this year, man. We had a really good November, really good December, all the way through. Even now, the fishing's still good. It's getting hot in the summer. And fish are going post-spawn and stuff. So it's going to start turning into more of a morning bite. When it gets hot, it starts to slow down. But, I mean, the fishing's still great. I mean, it's been good all year long. So no complaints.
Yeah, I don't think there's really a bad time to come fish Lake Okeechobee, You just got to find them. That's a big lake.
That's the biggest thing is finding them, man.
You say that now. Go ahead and hit that in July and August one time. No. There's no wind blowing on that lake.
It gets hot, but you still catch some big ones.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, all you got to do is look at the weights in the tournaments. It's still going to take 27 to 30 pounds to win, no matter what month. If you got 100, 120 boats out there, somebody is going to be on the right fish.
Yep.
That's for sure.
That's a fact. That's just a big fish lake.
Yes, sir.
It's just insane.
Real
But
quick,
in July, I'll be throwing that tap out on Lake Placid in 22 foot of water.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, don't be getting that too. That's a new color Robin sent me the other day. We
Don't get too close.
We gotta put that one
here.
You mean the big bags of plum apple? You mean
yeah, that plum apple tap out's gonna be a killer on Lake Placid.
Oh no, it already is. I've been throwing plum apple in the Zoom 13 monsters on that lake for years.
Yeah,
it's been a deadly bait. And actually now, Robin's making it in our product now. We've been throwing that a lot more, of course, but it's hard to beat that color on that lake, man. That and Lake June too.
Yeah.
Killer.
Those are my two favorite places to go in the middle of the summer. You can sit out there in 17 to 22 foot of water and wear them out. We were on schools of fish that you would catch 20 plus pounds 5, 6, 7 times a day and never move the boat. Just sit there and throw a Carolina rig on them or a shaky head.
Buddy of mine just showed me some pictures last week.
Here we go again.
I was over there in Lake Placid seeing a buddy of mine, and he showed me some pictures of the fish he's been catching, and he's been showing me the pictures of his hummingbird. You can see all the little circles and 7 feet in the water. And I'm just like, dude, where is that? What area of
Hey, this guy's so versatile that I gave him a number on Lake June and told him how great it was. And I caught them up to 6 pounds, and they were in there by the hundreds. He comes back to me and tells me about all the fish that were bigger than 6 pounds because I fished it wrong. And he told me the fish were 60 to 70 feet or yards off to the side, right?
Yeah.
Throwing a big swing bait, wasn't it, Justin?
Yeah, so he was catching the giants while I was catching the mediocre fish in there.
I was wondering who gave him those numbers because he was like,
I gave him one.
I got
He
a
gave me
buddy.
20.
Yeah.
I found that one just drifting around with the kids while they were wakeboarding. I was like, oh, look at that.
There's a few of those. There's a couple of drop-offs that I like on both lakes that, unfortunately there was a YouTuber that ruined the placid stuff because we had a lot of that to ourselves, and it just, one person and the next person.
It'll never be the same, Dave.
Yeah, I remember about 7, 8 years ago, I used to go over to Lake Placid in the summer with Randy Fulford. He's another guy on Lake Okeechobee, and I grew up fishing with him. And we would go over every summer, and we'd fish that stuff, and nobody around, and we'd have some of the best days of fishing. It was incredible. And I think the last time I went over there was like 30 boats sitting on it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you could easily go have a 35, 40 pound with your best 5, catch, 30, 40 fish easily, however you wanted to, down there. And now it's just I heard guys that were Ned rigging just to get bit, things like that. Yeah. And you could throw a 10-inch lizard or 8-inch lizard and 12-inch worms all day long and just catch as much fish as you wanted to. You want to throw a big spinnerbait, big crankbaits. I mean, we take the big crankbaits like right now and go find those shellcracker bedding out there in that 14 to 20 foot range, and man, you would have an absolute blast crankbaiting all day. Yeah. Now, not so much. I mean, we were getting them on those big spoons too. Buddy of y'all's, Jared McMillan. He and I were sharing the same stretch of shell bed there. And he was putting a clinic on with that big spoon, dude.
Yeah, he was. He sent me videos of that day.
Dude, he was big, man. I was like, which one are you fishing? What side are you fishing? We worked together out there so we could both enjoy it, and that's one thing, a lot of people, they don't, they think they own the water, and, it's best to always try to work with that person because, you both could have a good day. And, Jared and I, we had an absolute blast. And I'll tell you, his girlfriend at the time, it was a kick because you just hear the spinning reel just screaming. He threw it out the back and just stuck it in the seat. And that thing would just be screaming, and she'd be back there giggling, reeling it in, and having a good time, man. We had a good time. But some of the fish he caught, some of the fish he missed that jumped that big old heavy spoon off. Oh my God. I mean, he definitely has some quality out there.
So, for sure.
There's tanks up here for sure. Well, Justin, Chase, I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy days. I know both of y'all got a lot going on with handling fast break and everything. Justin, congrats again on the win, bud.
Sir.
Chase, you got a good thing going, bud.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Definitely. You guys, June 5th, right, Chase? June 5th in your next tournament?
June 5th. You can fish it solo too, but it is a team event.
And just to let people know, how do they sign up if they want to register?
Okay, so about half and half. Half people come to the store or call the store and sign up, and we will help you and talk you through it. And then several people go to our website, and there'll be a link where you can click on and sign up and use your credit card online. Either way doesn't matter to me, but I know we still have a lot of guys that aren't getting into the modern day, so we let them sign up at the store, or they can call us on the phone if they can't handle the website.
I missed a Dave here.
Yeah, he's probably gonna call.
That'd be me.
He'll probably shoot me a text. I'm in.
No, but hey guys, no, seriously, all seriousness, get down, see Chase fast break. get your fuel, your drinks, your ice, get everything ready for the day of fishing. You know, all your baits. You know, they're very knowledgeable. Everybody that works there for Chase, including himself. You know, if you guys are struggling out there, you know, just be open and ask, man. Those guys know what's going on, what's biting, you know, what they're biting. Pick up your baits that you need, and you know, definitely go see Chase down there at Fast Break. Need a guide, anything, apparel, a lot of apparel, sunglasses. You guys forget your sunglasses, got it all down there. Go down and see him.
That's another new product was the Bahio sunglasses that we have.
Yeah.
They're phenomenal. They're some of the clearest lenses you'll find. And if you don't know about them, you're going to know about them real soon. They're a Florida-based company, and they're fixing to hit the market strong. So check it out.
About that today.
I seen this when I come in. There it is. Bahio sunglasses.
Nice.
All you got to do is pull them up. We have them in stock.
Yep. Talking to Debris about that today. So, yep, good stuff. Yep. Get down there, see Chase, guys. Get your stuff and go see him. Get signed up for his June 5th tournament. And man, appreciate you guys coming on. Really do.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you guys, man. I appreciate this, and I think this NextFish deal is an awesome way to get you got local anglers, you got people from all over the place, great insights, and I'm really happy you guys did this, and I thank you guys for having me. So having us. So thank you guys.
Yep.
Awesome.
Thank you guys.
Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it. All right, Joe, David. It's been one heck of a show. I learned a lot, and I learned who I need to go to fish.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Not you, Dave.
Down there, man.
He's mute you now.
Yeah. No, you don't need me. You get down there to see Chase, you'll have everything you need, man. You'll have all the baits, all the product. You know, he always buys big, man. So if he's run out of it, it's because it is on fire. So when he buys large. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
yep.
And Dustin throws it the freak down, man. That guy catches some sacks, man.
Oh no, dude. Look, when I step in the boat with that man, I'm glad he's my partner and not
your enemy. Right?
Against him. I can assure you that.
Yeah.
So,
well, listen up, guys. So Thursday at 8:30, we've got a gentleman that I know really well. His name is Dwayne Wally, and he is the owner of 20X, which is basically the premier
it's like
CPR tournament setup. I mean, it's a management system that you can use as a tournament director, and then as far as the anglers go, you submit all your fish through there, it tallies it up. It's gonna be awesome. They've got a lot of cool things going on, and it's not anything new. He's been in the game for a while, and he's got some big tournament series on his application. They've got, I want to say he was in like the 50 or 60, maybe even 70,000 registered anglers on his app. So it's nationwide, if not more than that. And he's got a lot of cool stuff. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, me too.
So
me too.
I know David Harper, if he's still on, he'll probably be excited for that one because
I'm ready to learn.
He's very familiar with that app.
Yeah, I'm ready to learn about it. I've heard about
it. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
really
cool
experienced,
stuff. Cool stuff. I know a lot of kayak guys utilize that app and run through there too, and it turns out really well for them. So I'm interested to hear as well.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, that's all I got.
That's it.
Yeah.
And off.
Well, Thursday.
8:30. Be here, LocalAngler. All of us.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
See you guys.